Hello guys, I'm Shockwave King back and once again, start out the video. How strong is King? How powerful is King? Does King have any powers? Let's start about the back. King is one of my favorite characters in the entire series, easily top 5. Because the situations he get himself in, there is no way it could be by coincidence. It is no way that King does not have some type of power or abilities. This is the same man who heart rate skyrockets so much. He skyrockets so much to the point where you can hear his heartbeat outside of his body to such an extreme degree. The Hero Association considered to be a superpower called a King Engine. What is that? Because your heart, this is like in the recent chapter we left off on, his heart is just beating away. And there's just like, alright, before I get into how much I love the character, it's time for us to tackle the question. In my opinion, King 100%, without a doubt, has a superpower. And he has multiple different superpowers, and arguably, more than likely, he potentially is the strongest man in the world. No matter which way you want to slice it, no matter which way you try to look at it, in my opinion, 9 times out of 10, he actually is the strongest man in the world. Some might say why. Number one, to this date, he is the only character to this date who has scared somebody to death. He actually murdered a monster that way, and he wasn't even trying to scare him. Scared him to death. He thought he was a kid, and he scared him to death. How is that even possible? On top of that, if Machine God G4, which I thought he just called I forgot he wasn't just called G4, it's Machine God G4. It's something that goes back to the Genesis. Do you believe that Machine God G4 will actually let any other hero pull off that excuse of I need to go to the bathroom? Do you think with any other hero G4 would allow him to just go to the bathroom like that without any problems? It's similar to how every single time King is in some type of extreme danger, somehow a hero just shows up out of nowhere. Especially Saitama, multiple times. With Vaccine Man, before Vaccine Man, every single time Saitama shows up to save this man. It's either Saitama or with G4, Geno's just like, I'm gonna fight him. Why? King could have handled it. He just went to the bathroom. What you start fighting him for no reason for? Like, I guess that's also a coincidence. Or, one of the best things in the entire manga, easily, the fight over the pot roast is some of the best stuff I've ever seen. They knock King out instantly, and Genos will go down as forever as a savage towards Fubuki. Where it's just like, do you want to be incinerated? My God! What did she do, Genos? Why she gotta die? What did she do? It is just like, Dr. Consider's like, Genos, I'm glad to see you have friends. Doctor, this one isn't my friend. My goodness, is it that serious? Is the hatred that real? My golly, this Genos' different breed, man. But the reason I bring up the pot roast is, well, number one, King got knocked out, and Saitama thought he was dead. I don't know how hard they hit him over some pot roast, but Saitama presumed that he was actually dead. He wakes up the next morning, he comes out of City Z with the trash, and somehow these two guys from the Hero Association, oh, you was fighting monsters, King? Wait, what? Where did you even get that from? This man is carrying garbage, and that's after the civilians saw him sneak out of there. Like, why does this make it look? It's so bad to the point where when the Tatsumaki, the midget, is impressed. That's how you know there's a problem. How is this possible? He's scaring monsters to death. Like with Girl's eye, he actually tripped, and the floor caved in under him, and somehow Girl thought he got behind her and just smashed her eye. But it was Saitama. I guess that was also a coincidence as well. Of course, King evacuates the other kid. Of course he does. Of course Tatsumaki got beat to give him his props. Of course. But somebody say, alright, you might have proven your point slightly. Obviously you gotta have some type of charisma, luck. That's all it gotta be. Wrong. Now these are some slight webcomic spoilers, so go ahead and hop out of here. Get out of here, save yourself. In the webcomic, the Atomic Samurai changed the King. And I forgot what's the setup of the scene. I forgot. But Atomic Samurai told King to cut something with one of his swords. And he cuts it. Oh, well, he attempts to cut it, and he cuts nothing. He just walks away. Atomic Samurai is dumbfounded. Because he said he cut it to exact precision. To the point where you wouldn't even be able to see it. And King wasn't even trying. I thought he didn't do it. How is that even possible? What type of physical strength is that? And that's with a sword. There's no charisma. There's no Saitama. There's no Genos. There's nobody to save him. There is nobody to save him. Nobody. And just somehow out of nowhere, just out of nowhere, he gets it right. With a cut that even surprises Atomic Samurai. That's by accident, really. Let's talk about a few more examples. Besides him being the only character to scare somebody to death. The only one. Not even Saitama or Super Alloy Darkshine have achieved this feat of scaring somebody to death without even trying. Besides from those three instances, another example of how somehow some random hero will show up to protect King, Metal Bat, just out of nowhere. Just one moment they split up, next moment, hey King, hey, how's it going, man? How's it going, buddy? How's it going? Just out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere. Just, how does this keep happening? There is no way King does not have some type of super ability. I'm inclined to believe that King just might be the strongest man in the world. And the lucky man in the world. And some type of stance front with some other guys like Zion came up with. He's just, the man is broken. It's impossible. Because it's one thing to have charisma, good charisma, for to talk his way out of certain situations. And the way he put on that act, because King is drawn two different ways. He's drawing us the normal, friendly King, and then he's drawing us the serious King, like they show in the Hero Association, like he's some type of beast. And it's an obvious switch. It's an honest switch in personality. It's like King has done it, and when he's just like, all right, guys, I'm here. It is just, wait, what? What is that? What is that? Because I doubt like King is lying about putting on a front, but I don't think King honestly understands how strong himself actually is. I think it's one of those things. It's like if Clark Kent woke up tomorrow and realized he had superpowers without even knowing it. How would that turn out? Because somebody said, oh, if he had super strength, he was just ripping off the door. Not really, because if you're used to doing a certain thing repetitively, then he would just try to open up the door like a normal person. If that case, then any bodybuilder or for any boxer or anybody who actually build up their muscles will not be able to get into a car, they'll just rip it off. If it takes that much training, I'm pretty sure after they do 15 reps, they just open a car like any normal person. Now, if you was like to lightly slap somebody or use some type of light force, yeah, that would be greater than what it was. But anything you do average day to day just would start breaking and falling apart just because you have super strength. Especially if you're not exerting yourself with that much. It's like similar to like a better instance of showing off how strong he is, or potentially could be, with the controller. Now, King has never rage quit in the game at all. He's never really slammed his finger down the controller at all. And it's just quite coincidental that somehow, some way, he was able to beat Syria of the Rain in that OVA. That thing is canon. Able to beat him in the game, even though Shiryu was using his physical strength. The same man who was matching up with pre-season 2 Garo. Just matching up with him like it was nothing. The same Garo who won over like the 21st martial arts tournament. Same man. And he beats him in half of a second. In a half of a second. And somehow he did not break his controller while doing it. And he just thought it was a casual thing from the show pit. And I knew before they showed up, I knew it had to be King. It had to be nobody else besides King. There it is. It was King the entire time. It was King the entire time. My golly. It was him. There have been multiple instances. Multiple. Where it alludes to like King having some type of ability, whether it's charisma, whether it's some type of super luck, or what it is, but it's somehow every single thing goes terribly wrong, but going terribly right at the exact same time. It makes no type of sense. Because first everybody thought, you know, he just got some super luck and things like that, And it just so happened he'd be lucky enough someone to save him. No, he actually got some type of physical strength as well. Somehow he's a top tier swordsman without even being a top tier swordsman. And he swung the damn sword like one time. Got Atomic Samurai dumbfounded. How is this possible? And that's the only thing is, like, not in the webcomic or anything else, have it been revealed how truly strong King actually is. It just haven't. And it's just one of those things where absolutely nobody knows. Nobody. Like, absolutely nobody. I do believe that King has some type of superpower. I do believe that it's obviously proven that it's not just coincidences that he's gotten this far by himself. Can't just be. He just can't. He just can't. Now some might say, well, he was able to get scarred. That one monster scarred him up, and that was it. Ever since then, King pretty much never been the same. Arguably, his way up in the Hero Association has been getting on a credit that Saitama should have had as a hero, if he actually was a part of the Hero Association. Maybe my tinfoil hat is strapped on too tight. Cause I can't see it be like, oh, he's this disaster level, or he's over this S-class hero. Cause it hasn't been proven because King hasn't actually fought anybody. Cause technically his true strength is technically unknown. Besides from the luck and charisma and whatever and all, besides from that, he could just be one of the strongest characters in the entire series. I personally believe it. Maybe some other people might say no, he's not, or this and that. I personally do believe he is one of the strongest characters in the entire series. But we just haven't seen what he could do 100%. It's not like anything else where it's just like we actually have some type of real physical feats or physical hints towards how strong he actually is. Like, all King things has been subtle. It's just so happened effect and coincidental. And that's it. Not even the Hero Association how strong he is. He's just deemed the strongest hero in the world. Now, if you was to take away Saitama's feats and add on that thing what he did with Atomic Samurai, who knows how strong he is? I wish I could give you like a solid answer. Oh, he better do this and that. I don't believe he could be as strong as Saitama. Who knows? But if the King was to actually try, how strong would he actually be? In combination with everything else that happens to him. In combination with every type of charisma and luck he got. In combination of everything. Who actually knows? It just might be immeasurable how strong King actually could be. Maybe you can throw him on level with the same level's guy. Oh, that guy. Same level's Blast. Who knows? Well, that's pretty much been a video. If I wasted your time, then I'm sorry. But overall, it's just it is an interesting subject of how strong King actually is. King is like one of those things where it's just he obviously has some type of power, and not just like social power, some type of physical power as well. But it's just like it's not one of those things where it's all just splitting. Cause it's not like that scene from Unbreakable where technically, pretty much everybody knows. Pretty much where what is his name? It's been a while. Bruce Willis. He had superpowers the entire time. And I said, arguably, it's just like that. It's just like Bruce Willis. King is a walking Unbreakable. He's a walking Bruce Willis. Just throwing luck, charisma, a stand ability, and whatever type of powers they have by himself. But arguably, King could quite possibly be the strongest man in the world. Well, I don't think I thought depend how strong do you believe King is? Do you just believe he's just got nothing but a bunch of social power, like charisma, and extreme luck, or do you believe he actually could be one of the strongest people in the One Punch Man universe? If you enjoyed King, like, comment, subscribe, and